proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, Chief Meteorologist Tom Clark with his backyard forecast, and Joe Zone on sports. This is the Newswatch 16 update.
The net effect is that, effective immediately, we are removing the boil advisory in all of those municipalities that have been going through that terrible inconvenience since the 23rd of December, 1983.
With those words, state environmental officials this evening ended a 9-month nightmare.
Pennsylvania Gas and Water Company customers who've been boiling their drinking water since last December because of giardiasis can now stop. State officials say the latest tests show the water in those Lackawanna and Luzerne County communities is now safe to drink. But as Night Beat reporter Fiorucci found out tonight, not everyone is sure this is the end of the giardiasis crisis.
It's over. It's really and truly over. No more boiling water and no more buying bottled water. And people are thrilled.
Well, I'm not very relieved. I tend not to believe it.
Well, maybe less than thrilled.
I don't know. I'm still afraid to trust it.
Well, one person we spoke to seemed sort of happy.
Oh, I think I'd trust them again, maybe.
PG&W officials acknowledged that after 10 long months and the biggest giardiasis boil advisory in this country's history, they have something of a credibility problem.
I feel, however, that that concern will disappear as a period of time goes and they regain confidence in the quality of the water.
And DER officials acknowledge that the parasite could strike again at any time.
The chances of something happening, you always have that, but we think they're very, very small.
But even though the boil advisory is over, authorities warn the danger to our water systems is not. Increasing chlorination, while not yet a threat here, could someday pose the threat of increasing amounts of cancer-causing agents in our water. Agents called trihalomethanes, and that will have to be watched. Acid rain could also pose a problem of increasing amounts of toxic metals in the water, things like aluminum and copper, and that will have to be monitored as well. Then there is the old threat, giardiasis. It won't really go away until filtration plants are built here in northeastern Pennsylvania at an ultimate cost of over $40 million. Fiorucci, Newswatch 16 at the Springbrook Reservoir.
There's a lot of debate over how the legal system should treat people charged with drunk driving, especially when a person facing the charge is an alcoholic. Newswatch 16's Kathi Belich says a group of lawyers in Scranton were told today that alcoholics should not be in bars or behind them.
The cross-examination of a witness is seen in this federal courtroom just about every day, but this was a little different. Lawyers packed the Scranton courtroom to hear a Texas attorney talk about a new defense for drunk drivers who are alcoholics. It's called the recovery defense, and it calls for treating them rather than jailing them. Attorney John McShane says he has first-hand knowledge of the subject. He is a recovering alcoholic.
I did many things that I had never intended to do, and I looked at the criminal justice system and I saw that many people were being punished for behavior that they never intended and behavior that they had no control over.
Federal Judge Richard Conboy invited the Texas attorney here because the judge says he's changed his way of thinking about some drunk drivers.
I used to find myself saying the only way they would cure the disease was to make a decision on their own to get over it. And I realize now that the true alcoholic doesn't have that capacity to make that decision.
20-year-old William Savage of Plains agrees. He says if it weren't for his drunk driving arrest, he might never have realized he had a problem, but he's getting help rather than going to jail.
Go to jail? No, it would have made me more angry than what they put me on now is better. More help to me.
The Lackawanna County Probation Office has seen a lot of drunk driving cases come through this courthouse over the years. One probation official tells me treatment is a two-way street. He says a drunken driver who's an alcoholic has to want to be cured before he can be cured. But the official says jail will never solve our problems with a drunken driver who's an alcoholic. Kathi Belich, Newswatch 16, Scranton.
Coming up, searching for a killer in the Poconos.
Plus, searching for clues in Beirut. The story on the investigation into yesterday's embassy bombing when Newswatch 16 Update continues. And next, Tom Clark will be taking a trip out to his backyard.
And Tom, I understand it's great weather for traveling this weekend.
Yeah, well, you know what the definition of happiness is.
What's that?
My weekend forecast. As simple as that. I'll have it for you when we come back.
At WNEP, it's people that count. People who care about northeastern and central Pennsylvania. We've known our people are the best, and now the Associated Press confirmed it with these awards. Best Enterprise Reporting, Dan Fiorucci. Best Photographer, Steve Smallwood. Best Feature Reporting, Mike Stevens. Best Editorials, Eldon Hale. Best Newscast and Best News Department, WNEP TV. WNEP TV 16. We're proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania.
Our producer Dave put in a special request for sunshine tomorrow, so let's see if Tom has it for him.
Yes.
How about it, Tom?
Anything for Dave. Yeah. He's got it. He's got it. Here it is, the last night of summer, and it feels like autumn. Look at these numbers. Under a clear sky in the backyard, we have a temperature now which has fallen into the mid-50s at the moment. Humidity, 65%. We have an easterly wind, very light, and the barometer is still rising at 30.21. Range in temperature today. We had a high of 71 and the low so far 55. 92 the record high set back in 1931. And there is Jefferson Avenue in downtown Scranton as it appeared tonight. We have the updated Newswatch 16 color satellite picture for you, a wide-angled shot. Now look how nice it is over the eastern third of the U.S. Now, you see, over the next few days, jet stream winds will stay at a safe distance away from Pennsylvania. And that means for us, another big warm-up is on the way, and there's no chance for rain until after Monday. So my forecast coming up looks like this. For the dawn hours tomorrow, sunrise will be occurring due east, and the sky will be clear. And it'll be kind of cold. 41 in New Milford, Huntsville, Stroudsburg at 47, Elysburg at 48, and Lock Haven will bottom out at about 46 degrees. The chance for just the touch of light frost over some of the northeastern valleys tonight. Now for tomorrow, it'll be like heaven on earth. Plenty of sunshine in the afternoon, very comfortable temperatures. 71 in Troy, 44 at 73, Honesdale at 72, Bloomsburg 75, ideal for the Bloomsburg Fair. A little bit dusty down there tomorrow. It's been so dry. Linden 75, a southerly wind in the afternoon. The autumnal equinox occurs tomorrow at 4:33 in the afternoon. Now that means that every place on Earth tomorrow has nights and days of equal length. So you would expect the sun, from sunrise to sunset, to be about 12 hours long. Let's check that out and see. 6:51, sunrise, a little bit longer than 12 hours. That's because the atmosphere can bend sunlight, and we can see the sun when it's still below the horizon. Clear tonight, some river fog tomorrow, nice and dry and sunny on Sunday, 81, 84 on Monday. Showers come in by Tuesday. Autumn will be delayed a little bit this year.
Absolutely.
That's okay. We love it.
And we're going to enjoy it. Okay, you too, Tom.
Have a nice weekend.
Coming up next, hang on to your hats.
Because when we come back, Joe's own Tim Karlson and sports reporter John Evans will soar with the scores and fly right with the highlights. All the Friday Night Football on 16 Sports Final next.
You ought to get out this fall and tour a United Way member agency in your community. From the very young to the very old, United Way serves thousands of your friends and neighbors each year. Visit an agency and see your United Way contribution at work and give generously, cause thanks to you, it works for all of us. The United Way. Call your United Way today.
Hello, everybody. 13 of our Super 16 teams were in action tonight, including number 5 and number 7 head-to-head in West Pittston. Tim, you and I were both there for that one tonight.
I'll tell you something, Joe. It was for all the marbles, maybe,
in the A Division of the Wyoming Valley Conference. Let's take a look at it right now. Wyoming area and Valley West. Wyoming area's first possession. Joe Bednarz goes 12 yards down to the 7, makes it a 1st and goal at the 4, or down to the 7 rather. 2 plays later, watch Jeff Haig. He'll go in for the touchdown. 6-0 Wyoming area, 65 yards and 9 plays in the first quarter, ended with that 6-0 score. Midway second quarter, Wyoming area driving. Watch quarterback Leo Malski to Don Casatori, good for 16 yards plus a spearing penalty against Valley West. Moved it to the 11. 4 plays later, Joe Kupcha kicked a 25-yard field goal, just made it there. Wyoming area led 9-0. Now, late first half, Valley West trying to move. It's 4th and 8 at the 39. Quarterback Joe Nowitzki rolls out. He's sacked and also called for intentional grounding. The first half ended 9-0 Wyoming area. In the first half, it was all Wyoming area. The Warriors dominating on the ground and on the scoreboard. And if they're hoping to win, they'll have to do more of the same in the second half of this ball game. And both defenses were tough in the second half, but Wyoming area was able to grind out several clock-killing drives. Valley West, on the other hand, managing only 2 first downs in the second half. And as you watch here, coming up, you'll see an interception with time running out in the ball game, and that kind of put the cap on it. The ball tipped around. It was a 9-0 win for Wyoming area. It was definitely a lesson in ball control for the Warriors.
Well, I told you, I think, earlier in the week that if we had to win the game, we had to play tough defense and we had to keep the ball away from Valley West. I think the score may not be an indication of how well we did control the ball. I think we had pretty close to 100 yards in penalties, which probably hurt ourselves even more.
All right, Valley West only had 4 first downs tonight. Are you aware of that?
No, I wasn't aware of that. I knew we played tough D, though.
A happy coach Paul Maranka, and the Wyoming area wins at 9-0 over Valley West. Now the scoreboard. Number 10, Nanticoke over Hazleton. The Trojans 3-0, 38-18. Coughlin over Tunkhannock, 55-22. Number 13, GAR over Dallas, 41-7. Other scores now. Counterport over Kawaneski Valley, 42-0. North Penn over Montgomery, 21-6. State College beat Lock Haven, 35-0. And Joe, our number 1 team, Mount Carmel, was looking for their 4th straight win.
You got it, against a Shamokin team that just 2 weeks ago knocked off a big Williamsport team. Highlights of that game: 0-0 second quarter, short punt by Shamokin. Mount Carmel with the ball on the 21. Diminick with a 1-yard run, 5 plays. Watch the touchdown right here. 7-0 Mount Carmel leading 7 minutes in the half. Now, here's the kickoff. Watch number 12, Gib Grady, fumbles. Mount Carmel recovers on the Shamokin 35-yard line. That's a big play in the game. 5 plays later, Joe Polovic coming right at you. 5 yards, touchdown, 14-0 Mount Carmel. They go on to win it. Final score, 34-0. Check the Eastern Conference scoreboard. Number 2, Berwick 40, Danville nothing. Next week, Berwick and Mount Carmel. Line Mountains, Central Columbia won that one. Schuylkill Haven over Pine Grove, 21-12. Shenandoah 40, St. Clair 13, Halifax 39, Millersburg 22. Colonial League, Nazareth 30, Penn Argyl 16. How about that Centennial League showdown tonight between 11th ranked Stroudsburg and Lehighton?
I'll tell you something, Joe. A lot of people felt this one was for the league title tonight. We take a look at it. Lehighton Indians got on the scoreboard first in the second quarter with the help of this Stroudsburg fumble on their own 25-yard line. Number 44, Scott Freeman, recovers the fumble for the Indians. Then, with their strong ground attack, the Indians took it all the way down to the Stroudsburg 7. Then on 2nd and goal from the 7, number 15, Tom Keir, connects with his tight end, 81, Mike Semmel, for a 7-yard TD. The point after was good, and Lehighton led 7-0. Late in the second quarter, Stroudsburg tried to mount an offensive drive, but with some great defense, Lehighton was able to hold the Mountaineers off and take a 7-0 halftime lead, as you see it on the scoreboard there. All right, Stroudsburg narrowed the gap to 7-6 early in the third quarter, but Lehighton came right back with a TD of their own to make it 14-6, and that's the way it ended, 14-6. Lehighton goes on to defeat Stroudsburg and remain undefeated at 4-0, while the Mountaineers drop to 2-2. All right, let's check the scoreboard now. You see Lehighton over Stroudsburg, 14-6. Pocono Mountain over Northwestern, 28-0. Bethlehem Catholic over Bethlehem Freedom, 21-0. Phillipsburg over Allentown Central Catholic, 35-12. It was Deerhoff over Easton, 8-7. Whitehall beat Northampton, 28-15.
All right, our 15th ranked team, Pottsville, home with Tamaqua tonight. Let's go to the highlights of that game. Number 10 now, Tamaqua Pottsville starting from the Tamaqua 35-yard line. Number 10, Lawler Joyce to number 87, Aid Welch. 7-0 Pottsville on top in the third quarter. Pottsville 29-yard run by number 44, John Sukina. Watch it now. That goes down to the 2-yard line. Sukina, nice-looking running back for Pottsville. Next play, Sukina again. Over for the touchdown, 13-0, and Pottsville wins it tonight. Okay, check the high school football scoreboard. Bloomsburg 33, Wyalusing 6. Milton knocked off by Selinsgrove 2014. Juniata 28, Upper Dauphin 6. Tyrone and Bellefonte 12-12. Bald Eagle Area 37, Chief Logan nothing. Lackawanna Trail 31, Bishop O'Reilly nothing. Okay, now the Big 11, where our 4th-ranked team, Valley View, in action tonight.
All right, and let's take a look at it right now. Home with Scranton Tech, Joe. And it was a big ball game tonight. First quarter, Valley View is driving. Number 30 with a 1-yard plunge, Dave Pagula, and it makes it 6-0. Now third quarter, Valley View ahead 21-0. Watch the Cougars, number 42, Dom Strada. He picks off this Tech pass, makes it 28-0 Valley View. All right. Now, new quarterback for Valley View, number 14, Gary Ciccone, to number 42, Dom Strada for the touchdown, 35-0. The Cougars go on to win it, 41-0. Let's go to the scoreboard now in the Big 11. Old Forge over Scranton Central, 27-13. Mid-Valley Scranton Prep, a 6-6 tie. In the Northern Tier, Waverly over Athens, 23-21. Sayre beat Towanda, 15-8. It was Troy over Wellsboro, 17-14. The West Branch, number 9, Montoursville, blowing out Hughesville, 50-6. Number 12, South Williamsport over Mifflinburg, 14-6. And Loyal Sock beat Lewisburg, 14-10. Joe?
Now, there are 30 more games on the schedule tomorrow, including 3rd-ranked North Pocono, number 6, Hanover. Also tomorrow, Penn State, William and Mary.
I like Penn State by 3 touchdowns, okay?
And don't forget, we've got Bloomsburg and Stroudsburg live at 12:30 here tomorrow on 16. We're looking for a big one to that one. Okay. Still some work to be done on the pennant races. The Cubs tonight against the Cardinals. And now the Cubs getting nervous? They might be. They're not reducing the magic number. Look at this. 3 hits in the first inning for the Cards. Lonnie Smith with the base hit here, 1-0. Then Van Slyke follows with a single to drive in a couple of more. It's 3-0. The Cards get 5 in the 6th. Ozzie Smith with a single drives in 2 runs. Van Slyke again, 2 more score. The Cards beat the Cubs 8-0, and their magic number, folks, still remains at 3. They're only 5.5 up. Here's why. Let's check the Mets and the Expos and see what they did tonight. And they went long ball. First one right here, bang. Wilson with a home run. The Mets get out early. Like to see that again? Okay, watch George Foster go to work. He does the same thing, same spot, home run. Mets are cooking. They know they're not dead just yet. And then Ray Knight, another home run. Why not? Mets go on to win it. Final score 6-2. And so the magic number for the Cubs remains at 3.
All right, Joe, 3 teams are still alive in the American League West. Let's go to the scoreboard. Check it out. First of all, Kansas City trailing Oakland 4-2 in the 7th. Minnesota leading Cleveland 7-0 in the 7th. Texas, California, no score in the 1st. Tonight we got highlights of the Yanks and the Tigers. There's Alan Trammell in the first inning with a 2-run shot, makes it 2-0 Tigers. Then later that inning, Rupert Jones drives in Dwight Evans, and that makes it 3-0 the Tigers up. Yanks third inning now. Butch Weiniger, watch him here. You'll see him come up. Butch Weiniger will score on this hit by Mike Pagliarulo. It's a double, and that scores a run for the Yanks. And then he took third on the error and later scored. 2 singles and a walk and a sacrifice fly. Omar Moreno crosses the plate, ties the ball game up at 2-2. You'll see Omar come in and score here. Then Dave Winfield with this shot. And you see it there. Mattingly is safe at second. And at first, then 3 walks. And anyway, the final score was the Yanks winning it 5-3 over the Tigers.
Still got Pocono Downs, daily double tonight, 8-5, 25-40.
Didn't have it.
Third race, big triple, 6-1-2, $9,540.
Wish I had that one, I'll tell you.
How about the fishing game for tomorrow?
All right, let's take a look at it right
See what it
now.
looks like. And the best time to go tomorrow is 12 noon, but I'll be at the game with Paul Olis and Jay Christopher. Okay, that's the sports final.
See you tomorrow.
We will be back right after this.
Tonight, they came together tonight in Dickson City to continue to break down the barriers.
They are Operation Overcome, an organization of handicapped, stressing home service for people with physical problems. This is their 5th anniversary banquet, and it was emceed in Dickson City tonight by Newswatch 16's This Morning and Newswatch 16 Midday's daytime co-anchor Frank Andrews. He congratulated Operation Overcome members for their work in getting rid of barriers to a normal life for handicapped people throughout our area.
Terrific.
Terrific.
And that's Newswatch 16 update for tonight.
Next on Nightline, would you believe it, we have more high school football. This time, however, the story of the high school football coach who put safety ahead of winning, and he lost his job because of it.
And don't forget, tomorrow at 12:30, live coverage of Bloomsburg and Stroudsburg football here on WNEP TV.
For the Newswatch team, thank you for being with us.
Good night and have a great weekend.